country employs our youth. So is my colleague Honorable Kaberuka in order to come and insinuate that ministers are exchanging battles here? This is a very serious matter, and we should not bring issues of circus here. No, we are not in comedy. This is not national theatre. So right now,
Honorable members, it is only sports that brings everybody together. Irrespective of politics, religion, and whichever, it is sports. Honorable, just a minute. Just a minute.
How I wish to Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker.
Please sit. Honorable member, just a minute. For me, I want an action. We have a few days to go. Can we hear from the minister? Minister, for us to want the money, we allocated you the money. It was budgeted for it. James, you'll speak. Don't worry, James. Honorable Minister, just make good what you're supposed to do.
Right, Honorable Speaker and colleagues, money will come. I have two things that I have come here to clarify. As you know, you instructed me on the issue of funds for Achibua. Sorry.
Honorable Minister. Honorable Minister.
Yes.
Let's first finish. Those children want to go away. Let's agree. How much money was supposed to be given to you people?
Right, Honorable. Motorsports was allocated 3 billion, but was reduced to 2.4 in the revision. 2.4 billion for the year.
For the year. So in a quarter you expected 400.
About 600.
About 600.
Yes.
That's only 600 million.
Now, since I'm informed that this item was budgeted for,
yes,
all we need is just cash.
Yes.
And I promise this house, this money will be released. The procedures take normally.
Honorable Minister,
yes.
The team is supposed to leave. Can I make sure that you follow the process and the money is released?
Most obliged, Madam Speaker. Most obliged.
Yes.
When I return to the office,
the moment he goes back to the office, he's going to make a follow-up and have that money released.
Finish.
Madam Speaker, the information you
Honorable members, you first wait. I have a reason why I called this Honorable Minister here. Honorable Minister, you go back to the floor. Second issue.
The second issue is funds for beginning to construct the Achibua Stadium. The good news is
maybe I could give you a background. There was an issue raised by Honorable Ayotoni this morning when you had a meeting. And Honorable Ayotoni had also come to my office and intimated that they had invited them to State House for signing of to witness the signing of the contract between the contractor and government of Uganda. That is for Akibwa Stadium. And when we were budgeting in the in this financial year, we gave Akibwa 100 billion shillings, Uganda shillings. And remember, it even came in a corrigenda. Now, to his surprise, they stopped at the gate. They did a COVID test. Some people came all the way from Lera to come and witness the signing, and they did not witness. So the question they are asking, what could have happened? Has the contract been cancelled? Where is the money? Minister of Sports, tell us.
Madam Speaker and honorable colleagues, first of all, I would like to begin by thanking Honorable Tonayo and the entire August House for following up on Akibwa construction project. It is true, I did invite colleagues for this ceremony for purpose of signing the contract for the construction of Akibwa Olympic Stadium in line with the budget which we had approved here of 100 billion. As National Council of Sports, we undertook the due process of the procurement for securing the contract. However, I was guided at the last minute, got a call from Minister of Finance, which requested me to allow them conclude on the financing model of this project, because they were looking at a process whereby we have 100 billion in the budget. The next financial year, we are going to have another 100 billion, and that was meant to be the 2 financial years. However, according to us, as the entity, we wanted this stadium to be constructed within 20 months. So within 20 months, if you look at the financing model, it would not, and that was a question finance raised to me, the money which was available, it would not be able to allow the completion of the stadium. So for that matter, I heed to the advice of the Minister of Finance and allowed them to have a negotiation with the contractor in terms of financing the completion of this project within 20 months. And they have promised to get back to me within the week's time so that we would come back in terms of signing the contract. So I want first confirm this, that what finance is doing entirely is to seek for additional way of getting resources so that when we begin the construction work, we have a smooth flow for the total completion of the project. However, that's the information I have, and I want really to thank Honorable Minister Kasaija, who is now, and his technical people who are handling this with the contractor. So for me, I'm waiting after they have finished on the financing arrangement to get back to sign the contract which had already been cleared by the Solicitor General and Attorney General. I thank you. The transport refund, I bear the cost as the entity to transport back the people I had invited. I thank you so much.
Honorable Minister, Finance.
Madam Speaker, what my colleague has said is the real truth. Let me say it the way I want it to be heard. The budget for Akibwa Stadium is 100 billion shillings. And there was a condition that this 100 billion will be released immediately as soon as the contract is signed by the National Council of Sports with the contractor. We are waiting. I am waiting for that contract, and I will release the money straight.
Right Honorable, that's where I promise.
Honorable members. Honorable members. Honorable members. Tony, you first wait. Let Honorable Akena first finish his issue.
Right Honorable Speaker, I thank you for this opportunity, and I'm glad to hear that the Honorable Minister of Finance does not see it as a problem on the release for motorsports, but I need clarification whether you're going to do both quarters or one quarter, because we're in the second quarter.
Let's get what we can get for now.
Yes. I thank the Honorable Speaker for this opportunity, and the fraternity of motorsports have asked me to pass on an official jersey with your name on it as part of our appreciation.
Thank you.
I also have for the Minister of Sports and the Senior Minister. I will rely on the Minister of State to convey our appreciation to the Senior Minister.
Thank you.
This is an official jersey. People are saying I'm in yellow. No, this is official jersey. I'll proudly wear it as I take the Ugandan flag in the Masters category, which are the riders over 50 in Morocco. And I hope I will be able to return with another medal on behalf of Uganda. This time gold. I will do my level best. And I thank you, Honorable Speaker. I also want to thank the Minister. This time, I really hope Akibua will get off the ground, because earlier when we had the Chinese grant, the matter got stuck between finance, education, and we lost the grant. So I'm really asking finance, please, let's not do lip service, but let's be serious about conveying the money, get the stadium built, and then we'll also have a wonderful AFCON as it comes to Uganda. Once again, thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Thank you. Honorable members, by the time Honorable Kasaija comes with his statement, he has already researched. Because, listen, I told Honorable Kasaija to come with a response to Honorable Tony's issue. And Honorable Kasaija is saying they have the money ready. They are waiting for the signing of the agreement. So, he is right. Because we budgeted for that money. We budgeted for that money, and the money is there for him. He's saying, I am waiting for you people to come. Yes, Tony?
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I've got a concern and scared. Because from the presentation of the Minister, Honorable Peter Gwang, you would have hope that finance is reconsidering the financing model. But from the Minister of Finance, he's saying he's waiting for the signing of the contract. Then he releases the money. Right Honorable Speaker.
But you see, that's what takes you to back what Jonah asked one time. How was the contract approached? I remember what Jonathan asked. How was the contract approached? How much money are we paying for the construction? And those are things that we need to get to know.
But Right Honorable Speaker, the Minister of Finance presented the contract document to the Solicitor General. He went
how much?
of $127.9 million. Yes. So the Solicitor General looked through the contract document and cleared and said, please go ahead, sign the contract. Government is going to commit to the contract to pay. Now, when the Minister of Education and National Council of Sports now invited the President and everybody ready to sign the contract, it is the Minister of Finance, Secretary to Treasury, PSST, that called for calling off the signing of the contract. Now, we expected the Minister of Finance to have a more clear position on this, but you can see it is still not clear. And yet, they're the ones who allowed the Solicitor General to clear the contract. So, can we know exactly from the Minister where the problem is? Because by this, you realize Minister of Finance is playing a game and they are not going to allow Minister of Education to sign the contract because they have called off because of the financing model. So which financing model are you talking about?
Yeah.
Right Honourable Speaker, thank you very much. First, before I address this issue, I was in the constituency and people had asked me about some of the promises made by the NRM government. And I was made to apologize to some members of NRM, and I want to apologize here. You see, I'd been telling my people that the NRM does not honor its promises. So when the government said they were going to close Karumba, people called me and said, are they going to close it? I said, no, they never honor their promises. So eventually, when they closed Karumba, they asked me, so do you still maintain the position? I said, now they seem to be serious. They are beginning to honor their promises now that they have closed. That's the same position I'd thought about Akibwa. Now, the records of this house should show that the Honorable Minister of State, Peter Ogwang, presented a contractor way back in Lango and said this is the contractor identified and ready to proceed. I am now surprised to hear that actually we don't have a contractor. By simple definition, a contractor is somebody you have contracted to do work. So in the absence of a contract between the two parties, you cannot purport to say we have a contractor at hand. It means you are still undertaking processes to identify the person to execute the works. So if that is the position, then the government should be clear and say we have not yet reached the contracting stage. We don't have a contractor. But also, the financing model we were told was that this stadium would be constructed in a public-private partnership. That the potential financer will come and then bring the resources and then execute in a model, and then the financing would be got later. With the information from Honorable Tony Ayo, $129 or $130 million is over 500 billion. It can only mean that if the stadium will be constructed by December, the month that are being proposed, then the 100 billion is not even going to probably lay the foundation. Where will the 400 billion come from? So what the Ministry of Finance, and I think the Ministry of Finance could be right, is that if you don't sort out where you are going to get the total amount of money, we are likely to end up with a construction that will take like even 20 or 10 or more years because the money is not available. So address us on where the entire budget will come from so that the Ministry of Finance can clarify.
Honorable members, this is a very serious issue. I want to request that Minister of Finance, you come with your team tomorrow at midday. Tomorrow is Friday, yes. We meet over this thing and sort it out once for all. And we also have a team from Lango, and we resolve this issue. And we have people from the Ministry of sports. Next item. Next item